We on?
We're on.
Ephesians 3 and 5. Which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit.
Because, hey, there was a time when this truth was dead to our whole nation. Even the prophets were corrupt, you know. But now, like the brother read earlier, hey, we've been renewed, you know. And this is during Rome, when the Roman Empire was the empire on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
And how much more knowledge do we have now that we're in these last days in Babylon, America? Because even in Rome, they didn't have the microchip. They didn't have the nuclear missile during Rome.
They actually they thought the kingdom was going to come in that time when Yahweh Shai came back to be taken back into the heavens. It wasn't that time, man. This is the time now. It's being revealed unto us through the Holy Spirit.
Go ahead.
This is Baruch 3 and 4. O Lord Almighty, thou power of Israel, hear now the prayer of the dead Israelites, and of their children which have sinned before thee, and not hearken unto the voice of their power, for the which cause these plagues cleave unto us.
God, so when you go into the, Ezekiel 37, now that's talking about those dead Israelites who are dead to this knowledge, dead to this truth, and that Most High had to breathe life into us, to give us this knowledge, to give us this understanding. Literally, as we read these scriptures, our life is being renewed. We're being renewed, because we're not dead. We're not dead anymore because we understand the knowledge.
Let me hit one more.
Go ahead.
This is Lamentation 3 and 22. I'm going to actually go up to verse 21. It says, This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of Yahweh's mercies that we are not consumed.
God, we're not consumed because why? A mercy of Yahweh that he gave us this knowledge, But it was all ordained that he was going to give us mercy. It wasn't like out of nowhere. It was kind of out of nowhere we got the mercy, but we've always been chosen if you're an elect,
Verse 26. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh.
God, that's what we're doing. We're being humble. We're doing the work. We're quietly waiting.
Let me get this last one. Verse 31. For Yahweh will not cast off forever.
God, we're not done away forever. Yahweh hasn't forsaken his people.
We got you right here.
How do we know he hasn't forsaken us? Because he gave us mercy. He gave us this truth.
Give us Yahweh Shai, man.
Khan.
The Spirit.
Khan.
We got you right here. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 9. Except Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
That's not talking about 2.3 billion Christians. Read that again, brother. He left a small remnant. Isaiah 1 and 9.
This is Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah 1 and 9. Except Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
So that cuts Christianity with another verse that cuts Christianity. Christianity is huge among this earth right now. 2.3 billion Christians. With the small remnant, there's not that many Israelites who are waking up and receiving this knowledge.
The thing is, man, if it wasn't for that mercy the Heavenly Father showed unto us through Yahweh Shai, man, we would have been like Sodom and Gomorrah, completely desolate, man.
Khan.
We would have been eradicated from the earth if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai.
Khan, and really, this is even Sodom and Gomorrah is a small fraction about when compared to the destruction that's coming to America. It says even Sodom and Gomorrah is better off than Babylon, America.
I'll back in Ephesians.
Khan.
Ephesians 3 and 6. That the Gentiles should be fellow heirs and of the same body and partakers of his promise in Mashiach by the gospel.
So these Christians get all excited and think they're a part of it after they read that. But no, we've already told you and showed you who this book was written to. Right? The whole Bible, all you got to do is read it to realize it's Israel, Israel, Israel. Everything is for Israelites. You're not a Gentile. The so-called white man is not a Gentile.
Oh, can somebody go to Romans 9 one more time?
Con. You need to repent, man. With the
Don't tell, bro.
fucked up ass. These Jake women all fucked up.
Why would you die the dog, bro?
Because they're like Edomites, bro. They want to do everything with the dog like the Edomite does.
Read that Romans.
Look like some
Read
bitch
that last
bitches.
part of Romans 9, the fourth chapter. I mean the fourth verse. my
Last
bad.
part?
No, the fourth verse.
This is Romans 9.
Hold on, let me read this part one more time, then read that. So this says right here in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 6, that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs and of the same body, partakers of his promise in Mashiach by the gospel. Now who the promise pertain to, bro?
It's Romans 9 and 4, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the sacrifice of God and the promises.
The promise, man.
God, that cuts you Christian Edomites right out of this truth, right out of this Bible.
Then you know that if the promise is pertaining to the Israelites and he's talking to the Gentiles, that would, process of elimination would tell you what? The Gentiles are Israelites.
Fellow heirs are Israelites. They're not going to be from any other nation.
Yep.
That's wickedness to believe that.
Yep.
No.
Verse 7, wherefore I was made a minister according to the gift of grace of the Most High, given unto me by the effectual working of his power.
So we're made ministers out here. When you look into that word minister, it means it's a part of a clergy.
Yes,
all right, this is our clergy. This is our ministership. And why are we able to do this? Because of the power that worketh through Yahweh.
The Holy Spirit.
God.
And why did that have to be addressed, man? Why did he have to address that the Israelites, the Israelite foreigners were one in the same body?
Because it was a mystery, you know? And whatever else you were bringing up, I'm sure there's another reason.
God, this is Mark. This is Salakia. This is the book of the Acts, chapter 10, and verse 28. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or to come unto another, one of another nation. But God had showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Why?
And why? God, birds of a feather flock together. You start hanging out with heathen, you're going to be a heathen. You know, you always mingle with the heathen, and pretty soon you're going to have, you know, your wife will be a heathen.
But and that was part of the law, man. That we be not partakers with anything with these heathens, and that's why what the brother just brought out had to be addressed, that we're called into the same body, because according to the law, you wouldn't go talk to this man who pertains to be with the Edomites and may even look like an Edomite, because you actually have Israelites that are mixed within Esau. You have Israelites that are mixed within Elam. You have Israelites, because why? Because we're scattered amongst the whole earth. But until this moment in time, you see, it was an unclean thing for you to even go speak to an Israelite foreigner, man. That's why it had to be addressed where the brother just got it.
Read that one more time to the word nation. I'm going to get that definition for nation.
Acts 10 and 28. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
So that word nation goes into alophilos, which is the compound word in the Greek. Now when you go into that so it's alo and philos compound word. So when you go into the word philos in the Greek, it goes into the root word of phule, which goes into a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. Let you know that other nation was talking about the Israelites scattered amongst the heathen nations, man. You see?
And for us, like we say, it's plain for us to see, you know? And because we do the work, brother looked up a word. Why? Because we want to get this deeper understanding. But for these heathen and these 2/3, it's almost impossible for you, or it is impossible for you to understand. You know?
Why? One more time, because you are fucking ordinary mortals. That's why.
Let me get this verse out the prophecy.
Hey, you're gonna die, man. You're gonna die, and when you come back, it's slave time.
This is Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, being Yahushai, because Yahushai came out of the root of Jesse, came out of that same seed line of David. It says, which shall stand for an ensign to the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. Let's see what Gentiles it's referring to. Verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
So we can make a point. He said that he's gonna set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people. When was the first? So if that's the case, when is the first time the Most High came and got the actual Gentiles and saved them, man? Where is that in the history? That's not talking about actual Gentiles. You see, you cannot go into no history dealing with the Bible where you seen the Most High save some natural born heathen, man. Those Gentiles that's gonna be seeking unto Yahweh Shah, who? Us, man. We were the Gentiles. Now we're seeking unto Yahweh Shah. You see? Go ahead, bro. And what's gonna happen, bro? Go ahead.
It says to recover them a second time the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
God, from the uttermost parts of the earth, man, the Israelites are scattered, bro.
And then to top it off, let's see what they're going to do real quick, man. Going down to verse 14.
Oh, read the next one. Read the next one.
And really, I could have stopped at Ephesians 1 and 1.
It could have been over.
You know? Because it said right there, hey, this is who he came to, the saints of who were at Ephesus. You know?
It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Khan, the outcasts of Israel. You Jakes, right now, you guys are considered outcasts of Israel, outcasts to this truth. Gentiles, strangers to this knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem. Alright? It's plain and simple, man.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Dispersed. The dispersed means we were scattered everywhere.
But how would this be done if you weren't to even speak to another nation? How would this be done? That wouldn't come to pass, man. That's why Yahweh Shai had to address it.
True Gentiles of the scriptures are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are scattered among all nations.
That's right.
So-called white people are not Gentiles. That the Messiah did not die for you.
And that's why it had to be addressed, man. That this thing is to be pushed to all nations. Because out of all these nations, what did it say? Let me read it again. Shall set up an ensign for the nations, for all nations, man. And shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
The outcasts of Israel.
Why do they have to be gathered? Can I get why they have to be gathered? What caused us to be scattered in the first place? Deuteronomy 28:64.
Curses.
Matter of fact, let's start at 15. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto Yahweh thy power to do all these words, which I have commanded thee this day. It's like it. Let me read one more time. Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Then you jump to the curse. What's one of the curses? Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, making you Gentiles, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. What? False idols, man.
So when you really think about it, and just to simplify, hey, when we're brought up in captivity in all these other nations, that's a curse.
We're brought up as Gentiles.
You're brought up as a Catholic. You're brought up as a Christian. Yep. You're brought up as a fucking Jehovah's Witness, Protestant. Whatever it is, bullshit you're in, it's a curse, man.
That's why they took our names. That's why all of our names are named after conquerors, man.
That's why you get the last name of your fucking slave, master.
As a curse.
That's what I'm saying. And you got Jake willing to die for a fucking last name. That don't belong to you, man. That ain't how we went by name. We had no fucking last names.
You got the Northern Kingdom driving around in their damn lowriders with their last name all on the back window.
And old English, big-ass old English letters and shit.
Glorifying it.
With Gentiles, man. And then glorifying your Gentile last name you received.
And then got that big-ass goddamn Gutierrez on the back of the motherfucker with the Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary right in front of that bitch, bro. Hey, Southern Kingdom, y'all motherfuckers ain't no better either, man. Goddamn crosses around your neck. Goddamn white Jesus tattooed on your arm. Hey, we fucked up out here, man.
But then when they come to camp, they all say, "Oh, that ain't my God. That ain't my." Then they're not accountable all of a sudden when they come to the real church. You know.
Oh, I know.
I'm saying our whole nation
even the Edomites will say that they acknowledge that. When they go home, all their friends' house have it on their fridge. You know?
All 12 tribes, man. We all fucked up out here, man. From Judah down to Issachar, man. We fucked up out here in Babylon the Great, man. And imagine how we was before we came into the truth. Completely fucking lost. Gentiles, man. Out here eating fucking squid and jellyfish and goddamn pork sausage and goddamn chitlins and whatever Northern Kingdom make, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Jake eating chitlins and goddamn pig feet, you know what I'm saying? Fucking collard greens with hog maws in them and fucking neck bones and all type of shit, man.
Taking pleasure in unrighteousness. We read it earlier, you know?
This is Isaiah 44, just because we're going in on the last names and what have you. And verse 5. One shall say, I am Yahweh's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. See, returning out of that Gentile state of mind, man. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, and surname, what's that mean, your last name? Himself by the name of Israel. Returning to that name, is no longer is it Gutierrez, but now it's Ban Yasharallah, son of Israel.
Yep. And that's why we have our
Ban Yahweh.
When we're in this truth, what do? We get our Israelite names.
Yep.
You know? Yep. You know, I had my slave name Stephen. Now I'm Shabai, being renewed. You know?
All of us, man. Cast off that bullshit, man.
Con, what's your slave? I don't even know the brother's slave name. What's your slave name?
Oh, LaFabian Hicks.
Okay, see? And I saw it on the email, and I didn't even know who the fuck that was. I was like, who's this new dude? Send me an email. I didn't know that was your name.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask you, and I'm like,
because we go by what? We go by Hebrew names, man.
because we're renewed, man.
Yup.
You know?
Sons of the 12 tribes, man. Not no goddamn Wayne sons of Esau. That's what you're saying when you cleaving unto that fucking last name that Esau gave you. You're basically saying that you're a son of Esau, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you cleaving unto that shit your slave master gave you, you're saying that you're a son of your slave master, man. You know?
I didn't know that was the Lockheed. That's funny. God, this is the renewing of our minds, though, man. Go ahead and verse 8, Austin.
Verse 8. Ephesians 3 and 8. Unto me, who am less than Ephesians 3 and 8. Unto me, whom am less than the least of all saints, is this grace given that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Mashiach.
God, because there's 144,000 men, prophets who are regenerated on the planet Earth, who are going to understand this Bible. And hey, that's a beautiful thing when you humble yourself and you say, hey, I'm the least of the saints. You know, you don't exalt yourself like these Christians, you know. They want to be the number one Christian evangelist, you know. The brother Paul, he was saying, I'm the least. You know, he wasn't exalting himself like these Christian evangelists with the
I'm saved and shit.
The biggest building, the biggest number of you know, people they're deceiving. You know, that's the spirit of a true prophet. You're willing to say, I'm the least of the saints.
Humble, man. That's what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, we ain't saved, man. We ain't saved yet.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? We're still at the mercy of Yahweh Shemiyah Shah. We ain't out here to be proud of none of that BS, man.
This is Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
Con. And when Jeremiah was told that, he couldn't believe it. He was like, there's no way. Just think about it. Somebody walked up on you right now and
That's
said,
really Jeremiah.
Con. Walked up on you and said, hey, you're going to discontinue from your heritage. You would look like, what? Get the fuck out of here. No, I ain't.
And that's leaving him in no place of pride. Oh, I'm a prophet. I ain't going to discontinue. Most High got all of us, man. We all got discontinued.
Oh. And that supports regeneration because it was going to come through his regeneration that he was going to forget who he was.
Yeah, how you going to forget in that lifetime? You bumped your head against a stone and all of a sudden you have, what is that? Yeah, amnesia. And don't know you're an Israelite no more.
God.
This is, yeah, you know what else it shows that in two, go ahead. It says, and even thyself shall discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
God. And so see, it was even tormenting to be a prophet. It is tormenting to be a prophet. Because you think about that. You know, Jeremiah knew that his future was it wasn't going to be that body, but that's his soul through the regeneration was going to be tormented.
And what did he do, man? What did he say? No! After all I've done for you! Yeah, these Edomites, they catch some judgment and they don't believe in God no more.
God.
Like that movie, what is it? God's Not Dead? That's the teacher in that one that's pushing the atheism. Yeah, his son caught judgment. And so now he don't believe in God. And
that just shows you how weak these Edomites are, and that shows you they don't know, they don't understand the judgment of the Most
You better read the story of Jonah, man. You better read the story of Job.
They don't know about the chastisement, man. You know, they don't want to deal with. They think if you're being chastised, that's the devil working on you. You know?
I got one real quick. Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Because the 12 tribes had to fall first before Yahweh Shai is going to return. And that son of perdition is also going to be revealed. And that's what we're
All
doing
at the
out here
same
today.
time.
No? We're also revealing that his people are not the Gentiles that are going to be saved.
And you really see how Esau turned the whole world upside down, even in their sayings, man. One nation under indivisible under God. This must be God's nation. I saw a thing the other day, and it was like a American flag, and it said God, Jesus for America, or something like that, man. But all you got to do is read 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. What does it tell you? That when he comes back, he's going to destroy all rule and dominion, man. Meaning there ain't going to be no joint rule with America. You see? They put up some facade like they're like some godly country, man. So now we got to expose them. We got to expose the so-called white man.
When America says, in God we trust, their God is baffled.
Even in his
That's
name.
who they're trusting.
Even in the title he gave himself as the white man. You see, that's a self-proclaimed name, because that means that he's been cleansed. What? He's making him a spectacle to the world that he is the top nation. He is the righteous man. Now we've had to reveal him, man.
Going back to the witchcraft, man. You're going to the video.
Let me get this one verse real quick, too, brother.
That Baphomet, all you got to do is Google the image of Baphomet and then Google an image of Jesus Christ. They're both showing you the same hand signals, man.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of those images. So that's the God that they have on their money. That's because it's a deception. Their forefathers were what do you call it? What were they? The Masons and the Illuminati. You know. Matter of fact, through the Spirit, my boss, he said he's homeschooled his kids all their life. So he said, when I did that, I learned so much history that you don't learn when you go to school. They only give you a portion of American history. He made a comment that was profound for me. He said, hey, Andrew Jackson, one of the forefathers of this world, he said, I don't fear, I can't remember what he said, he didn't fear, but he says, what I do fear is bankers. So literally they're telling you, hey, the Illuminati is a real thing. These wicked elite on these pictures that we're exposing, that's a real thing, man. They read it, somebody, look that up about Andrew, it was Andrew Jackson who made a speech where he said he fears bankers. You know?
Because look, you had Maya Amshel Bauer say what? He could care less who makes the laws, give him control of a nation's money. He
Well,
good,
not only
man.
that, those bankers, those Rothschilds, they control everything. They own everything.
Okay, if you control the money, you control who gets funds, who doesn't get funds. So you can put whoever you want in the office to make the laws that you want to come from, because you have control of all the money, man.
Power.
You got control of all the money. That's exactly what these elites are doing, man. You know?
Yeah, and if you go back in history, it shows you how all these bankers, they'll tell you how all these bankers went into all these offices and stuff like that. And they made sure that they were able to start rigging everything.
They bought everything.
Well, look at how even the Washington, D.C., the whole map of that street, the streets over there, pentagram, you know? They got all this hidden agenda and these things that they just put in their society, and our people are just blind, man, walking around. They don't know any of this.
Our people are surface level, man.
John 7 and 35. Then said he, the Jews among themselves, whither shall he go, that we will not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles?
God, he went to the dispersed, meaning the ones that were spread among all nations as a curse, to teach those Gentiles who were
John
the
7 and
Israelites.
35.
Look at that word.
So that's what we're doing. We're out here going among the dispersed, because we know there are Israelites in Colorado, you know?
Look at that word for disperse.
Even got Israelites over here enjoying it up in Palmer Lake.
Con.
And he saw his little cove he has out here.
And really, we should just call them Jakes, because that's what they are, you know?
So this is the word for dispersion, brother. Just read in John 7 and 35. It goes into what? A scattering, dispersion, of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, of Christians, which are the true Israelites, scattered abroad among the Gentiles.
God. So when it says in the Bible, all nations shall be blessed, why? Because there's Israelites in every single nation, man. That's why you're blessed. Not because the heathen are living there.
Yeah.
You know, not because Esau, Edom's so great. You know?
This is Ephesians chapter 3,
9.
and 9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of the Most High.
That's this wisdom is being manifested, man. Now we know who the Gentiles are. We know who the chosen are. Alright? We can't be deceived by the Edomite anymore, you know? He can't oppress us with his wickedness and his deception.
Verse 11. According to the eternal purpose which he purposed in Mashiach Yahweh Shah our Lord, in whom we have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him.
God, and you see the boldness when we come out here and teach. You know, we don't come out here like the so-called white man, wrap our arm around your, wrap our arm around you and speak soft words in your ear. No, we come out here boldly telling you the truth. Even if it offends you, we're going to bring it out, you know?
That's why Yahweh Shai said, blessed is he who's not offended in me, man. Yahweh Shai, man, he brought a lot of offense. See, going up in the synagogue and turning tables, you know how many Israelites probably, he's doing this in the synagogue?
Right. Does that sound modern Christian like? No, they're afraid to offend you because then their pockets get low, you know?
Hey, man, just wait till you catch them behind closed doors and they get cut off in the middle of the street. You can get called all kind of niggas, all kind of homies, like that guy was saying, tell us last time. Yeah, the pastor last time, man, he grabbed the phone and messed it up. And they're the ones that are telling you to love everybody, man.
Which is, that's degrading, you know? He knows it. That's that wickedness coming out of him right away. All you got to do is read the Bible to him.
Show you who's the damn Edomite.
God.
Ephesians 3 and 13. Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulation for you, which is your glory.
So our tribulations is our glory, man. So be glad you're not the CEO of the company you work for, you know? Be glad that the Lord is chastising you, man. Be glad that you have to deal with some bullshit on this side, you know? Because that tribulation is our glory. You know? Can you jump down to 21 and read that?
Isaiah 20. Damn, can you say Isaiah?
I know.
Ephesians 3 and 21. Unto him, matter of fact, let's start at 20. So Ephesians 3 and 20. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us.
And that's that power working in us, man. We're able to read these scriptures, we understand it, and now we come out here and speak with boldness and showing our people their transgression and revealing the son of perdition, you know, and telling you who the true Gentile is, you know. Because why? Because that spirit is working in us.
Right. Verse 21. Unto him be glory in the church by Mashiach Yahweh Shah throughout all ages, world without end. Oh my goodness.
Throughout all ages, meaning right now.
Who's
right
world
now,
without end, man?
Bring that out. He's got it right here. Go ahead and bring that.
Christians.
Read that one more time so we can precept this nicely.
Ephesians 3 and 21. Unto him be glory in the church by Mashiach Yahweh Shah through all ages, world without end.
This is Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end.
That's the precepts, man. It goes right hand in hand. Israel is the world without end. The Israelites are the Gentiles in Ephesians, man. Come on, man.
That's right!
Go ahead. Come on, man. You fucking Christians are weak, man. see the
Go ahead, brother. You want to restart?